and my name is Alex, the Creative Llama. If you see that red live box above me, that means I'm live, but if you don't see it, you are just catching the replay. I'm trying to find my live, but make sure that you comment the word Monday. That will get you the supply list for everything I'm using tonight. This is the cutout of the week. So we are starting our Christmas in July, since tomorrow is July 1st. And y'all told me last night on my live sale that y'all wanted Christmas. So we're doing some Christmas stuff. We won't do Christmas every day. But you bet that all of our cutouts of the week will be Christmas themed. So this is a little Star Santa punch out kit. As you can see, some of my punches already came out. Don't worry, we'll fix it. So when y'all pop on Say Hey, we are going to go ahead and get started. So your little punch out kit will come like this. So everything, you don't have to move anything. All you have to do is just paint everything and then punch out and glue it together. Okay. Hi guys. Hello. Yes, I'm wearing the same shirt last night, y'all, because last night I just threw this on for my live sale and I love this shirt. So we're wearing it again. All right. So before we get started with anything, let's go ahead and wipe down our cutout just a smidge. Hi Leona. Hi Tammy. So I'm just going to get all of that extra glue that's on top off of my cutout, and then we are going ahead and start painting. So I realize you're like, girl, it's still June. Well, tomorrow's July. And y'all told me y'all want to cut out of the week. So that is what we're doing. Not cut out the week. Y'all want Christmas. So that is what we're doing. I promise July won't be all Christmas. I'll be doing lots of fall stuff too and everyday stuff. So hi Sharon. So when y'all pop on Say Hey, I just realized I did not share this over into my broadcast channel. So make sure that you join my broadcast channel right down there in the pinned comment. There is a link for you. If you open that up, there's actually two links. The first link is to join my broadcast channel. That's going to be the best way to know when I'm live. And then the second link is the link to the cutout itself, or you can comment the word Monday. Tammy, I'm doing okay. I'm a little stressed today, but I'm doing okay. So we're going to use some acrylic paint. So we're going to use some white. We're going to use some red, if I can find my favorite red. Or we'll use some candy apple. I haven't quite decided. Hello. And y'all, I literally jumped on here. I didn't pull everything that I wanted to use. So just bear with me for a second. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, I think we're good. Hi, Chris. Hold on, y'all. Let me go grab. I don't know where it is. All right. Sorry, y'all. I have to go grab these. Hello. Hi, guys. Sorry that I stepped out. I had to go grab these. I did finally order. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. We're going to put those over there. Y'all ever had that happen? I had to go grab these. I did order more of my makeup sponges, but they didn't come in. They don't come in until tomorrow. So we're going to use these. Whew. Deep breath, Alex. Hi, Erin. Hello. Hi, Kristen. Hi, everybody. Y'all hit that heart button for me. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Lynn. Hello. Hi, guys. All right. So we're going to first start out. I want to start with his face. I'm going to use the color Warm Beige to do his little face, and then we will paint everything else. The great thing about the face is you don't have to be exact, because where it says ho, ho, ho right here, mine actually punched out right here. So it's going to go right on top along with his beard. So it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect inside the lines, just so you know. So this is a little punch out kit. This is the cutout of the week. My little pieces did fall out, but I will make sure that yours do not. So we're going to go in with the color Warm Beige. You can use whatever color you want to do the face. Hi, Inez. Hi, Maria. Hi, Nara. Hello. glued together. They sure are. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Darlene. Hi, Janice. No, they're not locked. They're glued together. They are, I think they're glued with stick fast glue, which I have this like, it's over by the sink, like debonding for the stick fast glue, which helps get it off your fingers, and which should also help get those apart. So I need to try that. Plus, y'all, over here, right after I got my desk, or right after I moved into this house, I spilled a bottle of stick fast all over my table, and I need to see if that will get it off. So, good evening, Dawn. All right, y'all, do me a huge favor. Hit the heart button for me. Comment the word Monday and share the video. Sharing helps me out tremendously. We are just painting our little Santa, and I'm going to go back over his face with, or his eyes with a paint pen here in a little bit. But I think that looks good. I'm going to pick up all this extra, and we're going to throw this right back into my bottle. Thank y'all for the hearts and everything. I am going to give away a blank version of this at the end of my live. So make sure that you hang out till the end. And Boone is chasing flies in here. I see you, Boone. Boone's right here by my craft room, and he's chasing flies. All right, so next we're going to go in with True Red. I'm almost out of this, and I need to go get some more. We have used the heck out of this for really all seasons. So this is the color True Red, and we're going to just paint this little section here. So what is everybody up to? How was everybody's weekend? I gave y'all a little sneak peek of the, ooh, you know what? I forgot his nose. Here's his little noggin right here. There we go. I gave you a little sneak peek to some of the chalk stuff that's releasing in just a couple of weeks. Are you all excited for the fall stuff? Are you excited for Christmas? I am, DD. I am. Now, I'm not going to do a ton of, I mean, I am going to do Christmas in July. But I thought that since the Christmas stuff that I showed yesterday, so many of you are like, yes, show us more Christmas. I thought, why not? Now, you could totally grab this kit. It's $10 shipped. And just save it till when you're ready to start crafting for Christmas. I realize not everybody's ready for Christmas. I understand. But Christmas in July is a huge thing, y'all. So, we've got lots of fun stuff planned. So, make sure you're in the VIP group, because that's where most of it's going to be posted. Like some exclusive cutouts and stuff like that. So, all you have to do is just comment the word Monday. And then go check your messenger. And there should be a button at the very bottom that says join my free groups. Click on that and click VIP group and request to join, so that way you are up to date on everything. Hi, Sue. Painting? Painting what? What did I say? Yay, you got your glass mat. Use your heat gun. Ooh, that's a good. Well, Sharon, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's stick fast glue. And stick fast glue won't reactivate with heat if you're talking about the scissors. Yay, Janice. Yeah, I know it's kind of like, I'm not going to do like Christmas every day in July. But I will do a couple of projects a week. I'll have more like stuff in my VIP group, like bundles and cutouts and stuff like that. But I plan to kind of start doing some fall stuff too. So, like, I really want to do that owl from last night's live sale in, on a live with some patterns. I think that'd be so fun. Hi, Robbie. All right. So we are, I don't even know what I said, Janice. Did I say something silly? Getting this covered. That looks good. Okay. I'm skipping this part because we're just going to glue the little tuft up here, so there's really no need to paint it. Then I'm going to do another coat of his little nose. You're good. Dinner discussion, LOL. I had cottage cheese. There we go. Start the dinner talk. What does everybody have for dinner? Cottage cheese and tomatoes with crackers and ooh, Mexican. Yeah, Thomas and I are trying to figure out what we're having. Hi, Michelle Pryor. We're trying to figure it out. I told him I'm going live. Y'all, if you also claimed from last night's live sale, I have had 0 time today to send out invoices. So after my live, while our machine's still cutting, I'm going to sit down and send out invoices from last night's live sale. So if you missed out on the live sale, you can go back and shop the replay. It's a bunch of just like everyday stuff. And then there's a couple of, like, there's one fall item, and then like everything's under $15. So I tried to keep it affordable. I think it was said because today is still June, but I'm getting perfect. I know. I mean, I thought about doing something not Christmas. I'm like, you know what? Tomorrow's July. It's okay. It's okay. Fried pickles. Ooh. You're having strawberry shortcake for dinner. Ribeye and roasted potatoes. I was supposed to cook tonight for us, and that just didn't happen because y'all, like I said, I've been going since I got up this morning. So I will cook tomorrow. But I'm gonna make Marry Me chicken. That was requested from Thomas, so that is what I'll be making. All right, so on the ho ho ho, it is engraved, so I'm doing my best to just go over it lightly and not fill in the engraved letters. I didn't do a great job, but it's okay. And then we're gonna paint his little beard and his mustache in white, and this is gonna need a couple of coats. So we've got the brim to the hat, the beard, the mustache, and the little tuft that goes on his hat. That's all going, and this part's gonna be white too. So, lots of white in this one. Let's dry it and let's do another coat. Pork chop stuffing, butter, noodles, and peas. It was good, and now I'm tired. I bet, Sharon, I'm going to have a few of these for the grates. It's something that, yes, exactly. Pizza, we are having a 4th gift. Ooh, that's right, the 4th of July is on Friday. What, Janice? Tell me, girl. Did I do something? All right, so let's do another coat. Now, you could use your chalk paste to paint. I highly recommend, y'all, if you do, when you do this, to use a makeup sponge or a baby wipe to do the brim of the hat, just so that way you have a little bit more control of how much paint goes on. Sometimes with these, the paint is loaded up in the sponge part, and I have no idea how much is in there, and then it can kind of just build up in the engraved section. All right, we're gonna do one more coat. So I'm gonna go over lightly of the ho ho ho. Let's dry it. And then we will do the buttons, the buckle, and the belt. And then I think we're gonna do some splatter. Hi, Lorna. All right, one more coat of the white. And y'all, this was like, we're pretty much done. All we have left to do is just punch everything out, kind of distress it up a little bit. And then, do the splatter. It's right here, Pamela. So it's gonna, this is part of the punch out. It's gonna be, there's gonna be a piece that's gonna be glued there. So that's why I didn't paint it. Just so you know. All right, I'm gonna go back over here. Let's dry it and let's see how it looks. Hi, Angie. How are you doing? But y'all, I really like these punch out kits. I think they make them, I think it's a lot easier to paint, and plus it's a lot easier to ship. And the cool thing is that all your pieces stay together. And I actually had a friend while I was at ChopCon. He helped me with my tabs. So hopefully when you punch these out, it won't leave like a little, like, I don't know what's like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a little tab on the side. He helped me out with that. And so I'm hoping that I can do a little bit more of that kind of stuff, like this kind of stuff. So that way it's easier, one, to take off the laser, and then two, you don't lose pieces with it. You know what I mean? Hi, Brenda. All right, we're going to do one last coat of the white. All right, I think that looks good. Okay. Then we're going to go in with our yellow. So I'm just going to use any sort of yellow. You could use like a gold, whatever you want. Now, I will say that yellow does take a couple of coats. So we're going to do the star and the buckle. Now, you could use, ooh. Should we switch it and do nominee for the star and the buckle? I haven't, Haley. There's a piece right here that punches out and it glues on top. No, I want to keep it the yellow because I want to be able to distress it. But you could use nominee. Okay. A little bit here. We're going to go back over this. And I think I'm just going to take a black paint pen to the rest of it because all I have left is the belt and the little buttons. So nominee would be great for this. We're having, I know it's starting to rain. It's raining here lightly. Here in San Antonio. So just give it an extra coat. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going over it, y'all. This, and also it just makes it so much easier to paint when it's in like a punch out kit like this, in my opinion. So that looks good. And then I have, let me grab my black paint pen over here. Let's see. All right, question for y'all. I've been thinking about switching my time when I go live. Would y'all want, like, what time would you want me to go live? So I'm thinking, what if I pushed it back to 7:30 Central Standard Time? So it would be like 8:30 Eastern, 6:30 Mountain, 5:30 Pacific. Or do we like the time that I'm at? Girl, we need the rain, Miss Martha. We need it bad. Hi, Stephanie. It's 100. Oh, girl. No, ma'am. 115 in Arizona. No, thank you. All right. So now we have all of our pieces. So a couple of my pieces did fall out before I went live, but everything is painted. So what we're going to do is we're going to punch out our pieces and we are going to distress and glue as we go. 7:30 Eastern. So keeping it at the time that I'm at now. Push it back. All right. So it punches out just like this. Okay. That looks good. I like it. I like it. I'm going to lightly sand this. Now, I'm also considering maybe I do like a couple of later lives throughout the week. So not always keeping it at 6:30. We've had 5 inches of, oh my gosh, Miss Stephanie, I'm jealous, girl. Send it over to Texas. We need it. All right, let's start distressing. So I'm going to go in with my ground espresso. Okay, so most of y'all like it at the time that it is currently at. I'm just trying to think, like, is it in the middle of dinner time for a lot of people? I know everybody has, like, busy lives too, so. All right. So distress that part. Let's do the belt. Okay, so I punched that out I'm going to grab my white paint pen, my white ink pad, and I'm going to distress the buttons, or the belt. But you know what I want to do first? Let's splatter. Let me grab my toothbrush. I'm going to grab my toothbrush and we're going to splatter our Santa first. So I'm going to wet a little bit of paint. I'm going to wet my toothbrush. Okay. Wet my toothbrush. Ooh, but you know what? No, I'm going to splatter. I'm going to splatter at the end. I'm changing my mind, y'all. We're going to splatter at the end, so it goes over everything. 7:30 works for you. It's good. Okay. I'll have to play around with the times and see what I can come up with. All right. And then I'm going to punch out this little button set right here. I'm going to distress that. You like the punch outs. Okay. Well, like I was saying, I learned from one of my friends. He helped me figure out my tab situation and why it was leaving like a notch. And we figured it out. So, yay. Hi, Anita. All right, let's punch out our, look how small this little button is. Look how easy it was to punch out. Whereas I felt like my other ones were very difficult. Like the smaller the piece was, the more difficult it was to punch out. So I'm hoping that that helps that problem. Hi, Annette. Anytime. Awesome. Okay. Well, thank y'all for y'all's input. I really appreciate it. I appreciate y'all being here, hitting the heart button. This is our cutout of the week. Like I told y'all the other day, I am going to do Christmas stuff throughout the month. So make sure that you are in my VIP group, because that's going to be the best way to know what's going on, because I'm going to do like exclusive stuff in there throughout the month. This time works for you. Over here. Hi, Kathy. Thank you for sprinkling. All right. I'm going to go a little bit around the beard. Okay. We're going to glue. This down. And then I'm also going to glue the ho ho ho. The distressing is obviously optional. I always tell y'all that, like, don't feel like it's a step that you have to do. If you don't enjoy that or it's not your style, don't worry about it. Okay, and then I'll go in there with a little pink, and I should have done that before I put my hat down. Let me do that real quick. There we go. All right, let me fix this. One of his eyebrows is a little bit thicker than the other one, but it's okay. All right. I see a little spot that I'm going to have to go back over with the paint, but it's okay. I'll show that to y'all here in just a second. So here's what we have so far. Okay. Then let's do the buckle. Hi, Holly. If y'all are just jumping on, we are doing the cutout of the week, and you're like, Christmas? Yeah. Tomorrow's July and it starts. So, I understand if it's too early for you. I get it. But some of y'all were like, give me the Christmas stuff. So, your wish is my command. All right, punching this part out, we're going to also punch out the nose, and I'm going to add some blush to his little nose. But I got to figure out which side goes up. There we go. All right. That's not what I wanted to. Have you had a chance to send? I have them cut, Miss Sandy. They're sitting on my table. I just not had a chance to send them out, but I do have them cut. They are literally sitting on my desk. And y'all, if you have questions about an order, please you can send me a message. That's probably the best way to know. That way we don't just spend, and Sandy, you're totally fine. That way we just keep the crafting on here. And I'm happy to answer any questions about shipping. Because sometimes once one person asks, and it just kind of is a domino effect. And I don't know everybody's order off the top of my head. So always feel free to send me a message regarding orders. And Sandy, you're totally fine. Don't feel bad about that. What the heck? No! Well, his, how did that set up so fast? Golly. All right, I'm going to have to repaint some of that. That set up real fast. We're going to fix it, though. I was able to rip it off. Okay. Hi, Yvette. Christmas. You're all for the Christmas stuff. I hope y'all like it. All right, the little tuft. We're going to put this around here. And we're going to splatter this sucker at the end. But I got to line that up. What are y'all thinking so far? I got you, Miss Sandy. I got you, girl. What are y'all thinking so far? I'm not done with that one. We're done with the white. Now this little star goes somewhere. I can't remember where it goes. I mean, it can go anywhere. I think I kind of like it there. Do we like it down on the left side, the right side, but it'd go up in the middle, or, ooh, on the hat? Figured it out. Maria, I know you're newer around here, but there was a time that I tried splatter and it was an absolute disaster. But because of these lovely ladies on here, they taught me, we experimented together, and they taught me how to splatter correctly. And it's just all about practice. So honestly, what I did on here on a live is I just turned over whatever I was working on, and I just practiced that way. So I kind of felt like I got the hang of it. But like, your toothbrush or whatever you're going to splatter with, like your medium, needs to be wet. Because if you go in with it dry, which I think I did the very first time, it was kind of a disaster. So I did, like, I already dipped it. I sprayed it with water again, and it already had paint on it. And I'm just kind of taking off that excess paint. And it is just that simple. His hat, what about his hat? What did I forget? And you could do it with you can splatter with any color you want. It doesn't have to just be white or black. So let me dry this and let me show you. I did it too, Maria. It's okay. You just got to practice. Like, even just get like a canvas from the Dollar Tree, an old toothbrush from the Dollar Tree, or like I use mine that I get from my dentist, and wet it and just practice on a cheap canvas or even on a piece of paper. You don't even have to use a canvas. Use a paper towel, an old paper plate, a piece of paper just to practice. But there it is. I have a couple of spots where the star could go. Fix his hat where the star could go. What? What happened? I'm not understanding. All right, I have a spot right here that I need to fix. I'm gonna have to use a paintbrush though. There we go. Okay, so there's a little spot. I'm gonna fix his beard where I ripped it off, the mustache off, because, you know, the glue set up super fast that one time. Ooh, you don't, Holly. Holly, how do you do it? Y'all, Miss Holly, who's in the comments, she makes, I don't know if y'all have seen her pieces in the VIP group. She makes absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous items. She's a beautiful painter. So, Holly, how do you do your splatter? Oh, I got you, Monica. Sorry. Duh. Duh. Oh my gosh, Alex. It's been a day, y'all. All right, we're going to fix his little beard so it doesn't look so... There we go. But tell us, Holly, how you do it. And I am going to splatter a little bit more because there is this little section that I just painted with the red that I kind of messed up. Not messed up, but it needs, there we go, a little bit of splatter. So yours will come in a little punch out kit so it's easy, so you don't lose all your pieces, and it's really easy to paint because y'all know me that I lost my small pieces constantly. And so that is our cutout of the week. We're going to add a little jute hanger. You could add a bow to this. I need to go grab some like thinner ribbon for my bows, or even like a bead if you wanted to. Just dip in the paint and use a paintbrush. Okay. So Maria, it's all about trying it in different ways to see what works for you. Because like I've tried Holly's way with the paintbrush and it didn't work for me, right? We all have different ways of doing things. So that's just my way of doing it. Holly's way is just using a paintbrush and dipping it in the paint and going for it. Okay, I made that way too small. Hold on, y'all. We're going to give away a blank Star Santa. So this is the cutout of the week. It is $10, which includes shipping. And you can go ahead and start your little Santa or your Christmas in July stuff. But this will also be available in the Thrifty Thursday sale on Thursday. So you can grab it then if you would rather wait. About the special order. I'll have to look again, Lynn. I saw your email about having another order ahead of what you ordered, but I didn't see the email about the special order. I'll check again. If not, I will email you. Yes. Okay. And there is our cutout of the week. I think it'd be really cute to add like a green or maybe like a gold bead and maybe like a red bow or whatever. I didn't have any other ribbons, so I'm gonna go order that from Amazon. But there it is, y'all. Our first, it was a watermelon thing. Oh, yes. Yes, I know which one you're talking about. Yes. Yes, ma'am. All right, there it is. What do we all think? He's $10, includes shipping, or you can wait till Thursday to grab him in the Thrifty Thursday sale. Cutout of the weeks are no longer in the live sales. It just, there's a whole thing that goes to it. So just to make it easier on me and also to get your stuff out to you faster, as far as your cutout of the weeks go, those are the only two ways that you'll be able to grab it, is through my website or in Thrifty Thursday. If now, also, if you want to add this to, I take that back. If you want to add this to your live sale order from last night, it'll be $6 once it's added. So you can add it to a live sale order if you'd rather do that. He is so cute. All right, let's give one away. So this is our little star Santa. Let's do the color, or let's do, I'm thinking of a word. Splatter. Comment the word splatter, and the 9th person who comments that word on my end will win a blank cutout of the week. So if you want to get this added to your order from last night, just send me a message or an email. I'll also post it in my VIP group if you want to claim it there too. Janice, I'm working on it, girl. I'm working on it. I know. I need to reorder the red. I have a bunch of colors that I need. Not that I need anymore, but I want to order. But I don't want to talk about it because Thomas is right there. And he'll tell me I don't need any more paint. Just like I don't need any more ribbon. Okay, number 9, but I do what I want. All right, number 9, let's see. Maria was number 1. Inez was 2. Stephanie was 3. Diane was 4. Hi, Diane. Lynn was 5. Janice was 6. Tammy was 7. Leona was 8. Lisa Evans was number 9. I'm going to give another one away. I'm going to go down 3 more, okay? Monica was 10. Doreen was 5. And Miss Lisa Whitmore, you were the third one down from Miss Lisa Evans. So if you two lovely ladies will send me a message, I will get you your form for you to fill out. Go grab those. I'm going to go work on invoices and cutting orders and shipping orders and all that good stuff. Thanks for being here, y'all. I will see all of you tomorrow at some point. Not some point. I'll be live tomorrow at 6:30. Well, I don't know why I said that. I ordered the makeup sponges, Miss Brenda. Thank you. Hi, Sharon. All right, y'all. Have a great rest of your night. Go order your star, Santa star. I think this guy turned out pretty stinking cute. I love it. I love the splatter. The splatter is so fun. All right, y'all. Have a great rest of your night, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye, y'all.